I don't know why you get emotional, but kids are important. You know, they're our future. And I can tell you I've learned some of my greatest lessons in life through kids.
We provide, as a teacher, we provide somebody for the students to connect to that's an adult. And I think in my case, it's more it's like a support service for them, support to them. And I get to watch them grow from really weird, strange freshmen to very mature, usually on time, and responsible seniors.
I have found pleasantly that I am able to still connect to students in the library. I was a little worried about that when I first became the librarian because I really enjoy that aspect of the job. But I get to know my aides pretty well and just all the kids who are regulars. It's why I opened up lunch to kids in the library. And just I pretty much talk to everyone who comes in here and build those relationships.
Well, I think it's important that all teachers try to make connections with kids.
It's a little different in the library because I do interact with pretty much everybody in the building, and I try to get around and see everybody during the year. So I have enjoyed getting to know some people that I didn't know that well.
The word coach, I've never really liked it because I feel like I'm just in the gym teaching something different. I teach basketball just like I teach chemistry. I try to teach or be just as fair as I can to each and every kid. You can't be totally equal to kids. I give them what they give me, and seeing them outside of the classroom makes it way easier for you to understand where kids come from. As soon as I can find out a kid's strengths, then I know I can help them with any weakness they have. So that's what I'm always searching for. What's their passion? What's their strengths? Then I make that connection, and then you can always help them with their weaknesses.
I try to make a connection with all kids. I know that sometimes I even like the kids that maybe have some special needs that sometimes I feel like they don't. They don't sometimes get lost in the fray of things, and so I would try to reach out a little extra to them.
So you almost feel like you have to prep, but every day that you teach, it's like you're acting. Not acting. Erase that, because I think that is the real connection with kids, is to being able to see yourself. And so I try to just be Stanna Jefferson, and they don't want me to get up there and try to be a dictator to them. They want to be listened to. I feel like that I do a pretty good job of listening to them. I know that every day that somebody's going to have a bad day, and if I can make somebody's day just a little bit better, it makes me feel good, and that's all about the job. I mean, is getting kids through this can be pretty tough. High school can be tough at figuring out who they are, helping them along that way, helping them academically, to make good grades, make good choices, to be good people, because they're it's our future. So I love to have fun with kids, and it doesn't matter if you're just dorking around in the halls with them, in the gyms, watching them play, sing, watching them in the band. When you learn, you can have fun while you're doing it. And it's a long day. And so if there's no fun, there's no laughing, I wouldn't be here.
Art is obviously, and sports is obviously, two very big realms where I make that connection with kids. But sometimes it's just personalities. You just like kids and they're fun, and you banter with them, and that's fun. And but they're real important to me. I can't imagine going home every day and knowing that I really am not going to miss anybody, or that I'm going to have graduation and there's not tears, or that there's someone I'm going to hug for the last time and maybe never see him again. That's really hard for me because I don't know why, it's just me. I'm kind of I just love kids, and I love what they do for me. It's a two-way street, and I try to hope that maybe they walk away with something that maybe I've done for them that they might not forget, and in some way will pass that forward to someone in their life.
Connections with students because I have them for 4 years, and so I get to know them, and it's really cool because It's almost like their family for those 4 years. And so, like, seniors will give goodbye speeches, and it's always nice to hear how my area of the world has helped them to make connections to other people, as well as to me.
I wanted to be able to be that kind of teacher too, and my mom was a huge part of that. I heard her talk about kids at supper that she'd love to bring home, and love them and give them something they didn't have. And I went and watched my mom sit on the floor and teach reading to little kids, and I watched grown-ups come back into our room and say, "Thank you, you made a difference." And
So I hope the kids at least enjoy and know that they can come into my room, they can feel comfortable, they can feel safe, and pretty much feel like they can come and tell me anything, because I think they need that. They need the ears. So do I make great relationships? I don't know. I try to, just because that's why I do this. I guess that's why I've stayed doing this. I never went to college to be a teacher. This is where I ended up. Didn't know that I would be here for so long, but it's the kids that have made me stay, or I wouldn't have.
I have an aide who recently was in a fight, and he is now in trouble with me, kind of grounded to the library. I have another aide who was my aide last semester, but he still comes in every day and spends a little bit of time with me, so that's awesome.
sometimes I gripe about teaching, but the rewards have been so big for me. My cancer was one, but it's so much more than that. My kids were just as good to me when I didn't have cancer as they were when I had cancer, and helped me through that. I just love kids. I love to talk to them. I love to be with them. They just fill my cup. And I never really feel like my cup's empty when I'm around kids.
Seeing them outside of the classroom makes it way easier for you to understand where kids come from. As soon as I can find out a kid's strengths, then I know I can help them with any weakness they have. So that's what I'm always searching for. What's their passion? What's their strengths? Then I make that connection, and then you can always help them with their weaknesses.
And I do get emotional because, I don't know, thinking about my mom. Told her I was going to teach longer than she did. And I told her this weekend, I said, you win. I'm not doing 42 years. So.
And I do miss, seeing the same crew of kids every day in the classroom. But I have been pleasantly surprised with the connections that I can make as the librarian.
It's taught me unconditional love. And so many other things. But I don't know where I'd be if I wouldn't have been a teacher. I wouldn't trade it for all the money in the world. The connections that I've made with kids and what they've done for me in my life. And it's not a great paying gig, but it's the greatest emotional gig you'll ever have. And I feel sorry for teachers that don't try to get involved and get attached a little bit. It's a pretty good thing. So I just love kids, and I will be forever grateful for all of them that have been in my life.